Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be fishing that slip of water right dead in the middle of your screen. I'll pop a dry fly in there early this morning and see what happens. Let's get to this. That was just a little rainbow there. You folks probably noticed I don't use a net and I don't wear waders. I've got a pair of Orbis wading shoes on with neoprene liners, because up here in this country in Montana, the brush will just tear up waders. You get too hot in them, and I just can't see wrecking a $300 set of waders. And yes, my feet get cold and all that, but I'm a native and I'm used to it. And when it comes to those miserable nets, they do more damage to fish than anything I can think of if you've got catch and release on your mind. You know, their gills get all tangled up in that webbing and all that. The only time that I can see any use for a miserable net is in a boat. Because if you're a really good fisherman, you don't need to get in that big of a hurry to net a fish. And besides that, one of the biggest fish I ever hooked on fly rod got away from me because I was fumbling around with a net. And some of these hardwood nets with that fancy mesh, they're expensive. Plain and simple. Alrighty then. You get those dry runs like that, there's only one thing you can do, a non-productive fly fishing series of casts, and that's change flies. Well, let me move this in and out, make sure this camera is going to focus. Okay, let's get to this. See if I can stick a lip. rainbows are pretty active in here, but trust me, they got some bigger rainbows, and especially those cutthroat trout, but you gotta let them go. But anyway, if you folks have been paying any attention where I'm casting, I'm aiming for specific spots out there in them riffles. It's what they call holding water for those trout. And so, irregardless of popular opinion here, everything I do with a purpose. So, when you're in an environment like this, you gotta shuffle them gunboats along me and your feet relatively carefully, and you gotta sneak up on these trout. You just can't come blundering up to a hole and expect not to spook them, because trout are very spooky, skittish type creatures. So you need to use a little stealth when you're doing this kind of stuff. A final note, ladies and gentlemen, the last good fishing file I had, I mentioned this, but I am using my Hardy Princess reel. I have a 9-foot, I keep forgetting to say that, Scott rod, a 4-piecer, 5-weight takedown job. And the last file I made, I mistakenly called this line right here a weighted forward. It's a number 6 double taper. I find that it works real well with this particular rod setup right here. So this is my favorite creek fishing outfit, just simply because it's real portable, doesn't take up any room in my pickup, etc., etc. So there you are. I hope you learned something, and